Dear friends, welcome back with another mission on the Vulnhub, which is Matrix 3. The link will be put into the description section below so that you can download and play the machine if you want. In this video, I'd like to demonstrate a variety of useful techniques, such as how to recursively download subdirectories and files, and also how to escape the restrict shell, and also how to make privilege escalation. So there will be a lot to take. Without further ado, let's just get started. Of course, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So then we can switch over to Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use would be net discover. As you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 223. So what do we have to do next? We need to do the port and self scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before, so for now we just get out its result. As you can see over here, I used the options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. The IP address, as you can notice here, has been changed, which doesn't matter. So from the map scanning results, we can tell that the target had 3 open port numbers. The first one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information. Simple HTTP server of Python 2. The second one is 6464, which is running SSH service or secure shell service, and its corresponding version information, including the exact version number 7.7. This version is not updated. However, I don't think we can find any vulnerability except some sort of username enumeration vulnerability, which is not what we want at this point. The last one is 7331, which is also simple HTTP server of Python 2. And by the title, or by its default script scanning, we tell that this application, to access this web application, we should be authenticated first. So I think it's very clear. We should focus on this application running on the port number 80. Okay, so let's fire up the browser, and we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar, and we got the page back like the other two missions in this matrix series, but nothing here. And also we can check its source code. We cannot get anything either. So next we can check to see whether we can access robots file. Not found. So next we can launch the Nicto to do the automatic enumeration. And the Nicto can enumerate the web application from different aspects, for example, like the version information, the header requests, the request header, okay, the head of request or request header, and also some common files or directories, although it's built in. Word list is not so big compared to other like Dearbuster word list. So come back to Nicto. In this case, we cannot find anything useful. So next, I'd like to launch the GoBuster directory, command, subcommand. And we can use -W to specify the word list. I always use the debusster word list, directory, medium, and extension option. Press enter. Then GoBuster has discovered the directory, one directory assets. Normally, we do not need to pay attention to this assets directory because normally this such directory will be container for the static file. Because for this machine, we cannot discover anything else beyond this directory. So I think from this perspective, it's worth our furthermore investigation. And now we can access this directory by the browser assets. And just I mentioned, in this directory has some subdirectory like CSS, fonts. If you look into the image directory, you can notice this very weird file name. Matrix can show you the door. You can download this picture to our working directory on the Linux, and then you can use some too, because the format is PNG. We cannot use stack hide or stack seek. We can use EXIF2 to display the metadata of this picture, but nothing here. Next, we can launch the binwalk to extract a file from this picture. But although we can get some directory, one directory, but we cannot get anything. Okay, so I think we have really done almost, what we can. We cannot get anything besides this very weird file name. So I think the file name itself must mean something to us. Matrix can show you the door. So maybe the matrix is the directory. Okay, so matrix. As you can see, it's accessible. And however, there's so many subdirectories like 4, like 6, and C, and I think many of such subdirectories doesn't have anything. So our job here is to find the subdirectory which contains the information what we want. So how to do? I think we can utilize the utility of wget with the option of R, and we can specify the URL. And here, this case, we must specify the L. L means the layers of the directories, because as you can notice here, so many layers of directories. If you do not put this number of layers, maybe you will not download some important file. So anyway, now we can hit enter. As you can see, I think from the output we can notice this information. The file name is secret.gz. In some cases, if you do not notice such output, so how to find the information what we want? Let me show you. We can go inside this directory and the matrix directory. Because just I mentioned there's so many subdirectories there, we can use the du command and with option of S or summary of the directory, and to display the size of all subdirectories. And so from the size, this directory this directory stands out, okay, because the size is much bigger than others. So we can go inside this directory. Then we can use the same way to find the directory what we want, or subdirectory what we want. Okay, and so this one should be should be 1, what we want, okay? And then we can use, and then should be the O subdirectory, and then should be this one, 6 directory, and should be 4. So I think you have really got my idea, right? This is the way how I retrieved the information what we want. Yeah, this one. So I think from its extension, maybe we think this file should be this gzip file. So we can use the gzip with the option of D secret. However, we got the error not in gzip format. So we can use the file command to display its type, file type, secret. Actually, this is a very simple file, the exec text file. So we just simply use cat command to retrieve this file. And this should be the credential, the admin. Although the password is encrypted, we can copy and go to the website of the crack station and crack it, and then we can get the result. So this should be the clear text password, and we can note it down to our notebook. And the username is admin. At the stage of the map scanning, we have already noticed that the last port number, I forgot its port number. We can go back to our working directory. We can cut out the map. So this port number should be authenticated first to access. So I think this credential must be used there. Okay, so we can access this port number, admin, and password. Okay, we are in this application. Although we cannot get anything from this page, and I'm afraid we will miss something important from the source code. So we can check it out as usual, but nothing here. Next we can, so maybe we need to do the direct enumeration with the GoBuster, because this application should be authenticated first. So if you don't know how to specify the HTTP basic authentication, you can use the H option, and then you can get its help. We can use uppercase U to specify the username for basic authentication. And similarly, we can use uppercase P to specify the password. Okay, so let's do it now. We can use GoBuster dir subcommand and uppercase U, uppercase P, password, and then GoBuster directory. And immediately we can find this directory data. To save time, I will not wait, okay? Sorry about that. And now we can access this directory. And then, we can find this file and we can download it to Kali Linux. And then we can move from the downloads directory. And then we can use the file command to display its file type. This is the executable for the Windows. We can use the reverse engineering tool, Ghidra, to see whether we can read some readable strings or characters. Yes, analyze. If you go to the labels section, and normally we need to go to the functions, but we cannot find something important. So we need to go to the labels and go to this subsection, and then you can find something useful. Okay. Okay, here, around here, we can copy. and then note it down to our notebook. So I think this should be the credential for the target machine. We can use this credential or password to SSH to the target. Okay. So we can use the guest, and we need to specify the port number. Yes. And we can supply the password. As you can see, we are in the target machine. However, we cannot run commands like ID. Even we cannot run most of the commands. And this is very like the other two machines in this matrix series. To escape this restricted shell, we can take several ways. But for me, I'd like to take this way. I'd like to show you what I mean. Okay, we can use the T option to specify the terminal, and we can copy this option. And we need to copy the password from notebook. Okay. Now we can run command like navigate across locations. So now we can go to the home directory of Trinity user. And so here, oh, we found the SSH directory, but nothing here. The XX, so what it's about. So this should be the executable, the Linux executable. Before we try to investigate this file, I'd like to make some other checks like sudo. Oh, very, very wonderful. We can use this command to copy command. So I think because this command can be used by the Trinity user, and now we are within the SSH directory. So it means that we can generate the key pairs, and then we can copy the public key to this directory. So I like to show you what I mean. Okay, so now I can open up a new tab. We can use SSH key gen, and then we can copy, because I want to save the key pairs to current working directory, and no passphrase. So now we can copy the public key to authorized keys. Next, we need to set up a web server on the Linux to upload this public key to the target. We can use wget authorized keys. It's done. And then we can utilize the copy command. So we can use sudo trinity and bin copy authorized home trinity SSH. No problem. Then I think we can pull up another tab, and then we can use SSH, and with option of I to specify the private key. Press enter. As you can see, we have already made successful lateral movement. Now we need to check whether we can upgrade our shell to the root shell, okay, to the root user. So we can run the sudo again, and we can run Oracle. However, we didn't see any Oracle file in the home directory, right? So we can create our own Oracle, and shell to Oracle, and we need to make it executable, and then we can run sudo home trinity Oracle. As you can see, we are successful, and we can navigate to root directory to grab the final flag. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.